Thanks. I mean, I'm no Andy Wood or Joe Satriani or anything. How y'all doing tonight, man? Doing good? I just felt like playing, so might as well get on here and do that while I'm doing this. But I thank you very much for the compliment. So with a name like Pete Sells, you're obviously familiar with Megadeth. You know, Chris Poland is one of the guys that I could never really get a wrangle on as far as like stylistic approaches go. I could do some bends like his. You know, things like that. But definitely not in practice for that. Long sleeves don't help with tapping. Just if anybody wanted to know that. Let's see, what else? Take it out of key instead of have fun with it. Do the Marty Friedman thing where you're bending from unexpected places. Other ways of doing that. You can do the whole Billy Sheehan thing. And just have fun with it. Enjoy it. Questions or anything? Yeah. Uh, 37 years in November this year. I think I'd be better. I mean, I could play most things that I wanted to when I was first starting, but I still can't play like lots and lots of stuff that I would really, really love to. The Chris Poland stuff, notwithstanding. Yeah, it's another one that I could talk about. The 8-finger extravaganza of guys like Chris Broderick, stuff like that. I can't play like that. I'd like to. I mean, that'd be really cool. But I'm kind of, the older I get, the more set in, what I can do I become, and I think that's a trap for everybody. So if you can manage the discipline, at a younger age, to practice things like you get really good at it, I guess that's you probably should concentrate on that. The younger players have it all in spades right now. They really, really do. And the one thing I could probably tell everybody out there is like to work on their vibrato. I think really that's like the most important thing that's probably overlooked in a lot of young players. They can play like like crazy notes, but when it comes to stopping, they just they don't know how to shake it. Try this way. Picking hand isn't having the most fun right now. Probably should have just gone to an F sharp. Have that crazy 9 in there somewhere. So there's an interesting thing. Actually, one of the reasons why I was let's play tonight. I'm test firing some things that I've added to the guitar, and it's kind of dumb, but I'm going to tell you about it. Stickers. Luminlay is great stuff if you got a black light on, but if it's a dark fretboard and you got just the Luminlay in there, you really can't see it. So having side dots is sometimes really helpful. So I mean, at the very least, I can see these now. Hey, it worked pretty good, I have to say. So every time I glance down, I'm all right with that. So, you play? Out of curiosity? Overreach. The old tricks of the diminished in there. Yeah, picking hand is saying I'm going slow. Let's try a different pick. Maybe something that's a little less grabby. Yes, a 5. That's well, excellent, man. Fantastic. You want an exercise or two? I might be able to give you a couple that maybe you've seen before, maybe you haven't. Who knows? But we got a lot from way back in the 80s. So, what are you playing, out of curiosity? Something like, how did that go? Something like that. It's D. Something like that. Probably sound better if I actually had a gain channel. least we know now that Peace does sell for 6,005. So, what kind of guitar are you playing on? Is it something bar oriented? Or... If there's no bar, I can tuck that out of the way. As far as the chorus goes, it's just E, E, D, E, G, D, E twice. So. If there's a new way. And then F sharp G here. I can probably get a nice gain channel on. Give me a second. So, a little boost. Yeah, we'll keep it on that. I'll leave the delay on and a little reverb as well. So, ooh, well, when I tweaked my graphic EQ a little earlier, certainly did tweak it. My rhythm channel's a little more a little less bristly usually. Ooh, squeaky, squeaky. Maybe. I mean, there's also other. I mean, they've done other things. What is that? You know, good stuff. Cockroach in the Concrete, Courthouse Dan, and Beady Eyes. Of course, that's off the next album. I like Megadeth a lot. The early stuff especially, but Dystopia was pretty good, I gotta say. Getting a guy like Kiko Loureiro in the group was no joke. They did a great job with that. Well, I'll try to stay away from all the whammy bar stuff, just so you know you don't feel like you need a guitar with one. I'll just keep it with the. You know, I'll play a little more like Marty, I think. So. You just finished it as in you just learned it and you're a newbie? Well, you've got a great future ahead of you if you can play a rhythm like that. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know what's next, like Hangar 18 with it. How did that go? Ah, D, yes. That kind of thing. Yeah, you're well on your way. And that's a great exercise in chord shapes. And by the way, if you didn't know, it's off of Ride the Lightning, Metallica, slightly different band. Dave wrote what became the Call of Cthulhu, which used to be called When Hell Freezes Over. And of course, naturally, Metallica still decided that they're going to use the song and the stuff that he wrote to it, which was the clean tone needed. There we go. And no boost. That's pretty clean. That's a little too clean. Let's keep that. Yeah. Ah. Yeah, you do have a heads up, and that's. So that about is the only difference between the Hangar 18 and Metallica's, you know. Good Lord. I do have a modulation on this, pretty slow though. I think you could hear it. That versus Metallica's. How's that? Thing. But yeah, you do have a head start a bit. And then of course they let that go at the end. before they go back to the... Good stuff. Very good stuff. Weirdly. Let's see if the Call of Cthulhu was played a little differently. Not at all. The funny thing about the Call of Cthulhu is you can kind of do it like, but you know, where that's going. And actually, that's kind of neat because that's really an A to a F. And King Diamond's got some stuff like that. I just covered it the other day with one of my students. It's Mother's Getting Weaker. The rhythm is a little different. Agreed. Great songs on all fronts there. But that A minor to an F, what is that? First inversion. It's kind of a nice move. In fact, in a weird way, it's the whole inversion thing. You get this Van Halen deal. It's Van Halen. It's also Crazy Train. This. And this, paired in the studio, is... Excuse me. Paired together, live he played it. Which kind of just, happies everything up. So we got first inversions paired with second inversions. It's pretty neat. Did a good job. Of course he did. He was Randy Rhoads. Actually, that's kind of a neat thing. I've never met them, but I'm familiar with Tesla, like Coming At You Live, and actually that was in a Metallica video too. You could barely hear it in the background. They were listening to KNAC, and they were playing Tesla's Coming At You Live. And that's from Cliff 'Em All, actually. But I'm also familiar with Love Song, and weirdly enough, Song and Emotion. And I think it's weirdly enough because not a lot of people, I think, are aware of that. Song and Emotion's pretty great. It's got this nice... yeah. Oh, I forget how it went. Dun 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 na na. Yeah. Type of thing. But it was this really nice thing. In fact, the live version is significantly better from MTV, weirdly enough, in my opinion, than the album version was. So, but yeah, I'm aware of them. Never learned anything from them except for a little bit of love song and a little bit of song and emotion, but that was a few years back, and I didn't pursue it. Probably should have. That. No, that's not it. Maybe it was. That's Too Happy. Yeah, you know what? I might figure that out. I might have to. Also, use your ears when you do that kind of stuff. It is better to do that. It helps you develop a musical language. You're more able to converse. You're more able to convert your own ideas into, musical stuffs. Reliance on tabs is like crutches after a while. Why are you walking with crutches? You've been walking for like 16 years. Put the crutches down. Learn to walk on your own. Just saying. Yeah, switch. Modern Day Cowboy. Yeah, I'm aware of it. Sorry for goofing off. Let's try to learn Modern Day Cowboy together. Let's turn that up. A little more nasaliness. Well, hello, Brackpill. How are you? Let us all pick up our guitars and turn our pages to our books of guitarness and whatever, nerdity, to Tesla's Modern Day Cowboy. One of the types of music I'm the least familiar with is Western, so if they start to emulate country music, I'm probably going to go ahead and say, well, there's other people out there that can probably do this, but I'm not one of them. Here we go. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Modern Day Cowboy. Funny, the pictures that come up when you Google that. All right, so most replayed, is that a guitar solo? Nope, that's not a guitar solo. Ah, that's gonna be fun. All right, so that's Frank, right? Let's turn that up. I don't want to overblow anybody's, or blow anybody's tops here. Let me move this over yonder and test for volume. Essentially, probably, and then so it's going from A minor to an F major shape. Yeah. Which is kind of nice because you only have to move one note, but the fingering does change. So... let's see what's next. Go back a little bit on that. Probably. So, and I do think there's a in there somewhere, but the essential shapes are thus. Was it E minor? Let me hear that one more time. Yes, it was E minor. And then, what does he do? Dance away, singer guy. Essentially there. Okay. Oh, some speedy stuff. So it'd be more helpful if he was less harmonized. But essentially... something like that. The other guitar player guy. Probably, but harmonics, so... you know, a little bit. I can hear Matthias Jabs in that, but I believe these guys were probably influenced by them. The Scorpions have been around a long time, you know. Matthias has only been with them since, I think, 77 or 78. It was after the Tokyo tapes were released. They were still with Uli Roth at the time. You know, those guys were hugely influential even before they hit the States. So, let's see what else we got. Oh, much more, what would I want to call that? Tradition-based. Something like... but faster. And so that's something... actually, it's licks like that that I find more impressive the older I get. Licks like this, as you can tell, they don't really... I mean... they're really cool, but I can do that. But it's the really fast, like... but how they come up with it and then do it time and time and again, it was like when I learned the round and round solo. It's like, wow, man, they actually sat and wrote these things, you know? There's some real craftsmanship involved in that stuff. It's really cool. So doing stuff like this, it's pretty impressive. Oh, so they go... easy way to leave it as an A. And that's just a... excuse me. And then he does that little type of thing. It's pretty neat. No, it's that's pretty good. But that, you know, if I were to really learn that, it would be take the speed, you know, controls off of YouTube and slow it down. If you had a higher quality, like what is that, like a 192 or above, I'd say 320 would be pretty good. Like MP3 or WAV file, something ripped from a CD on FLAC or something like that, it would be even better. Because, you know, the slower you take these, the more lossy they get. These are less lossy the higher the bit rate or the bandwidth, so it's much better. Well, hey there, Dwight. How are you? Yeah, oh, by the way, to the normal people who typically show up, surprise, it's Tuesday. I just felt like, you know, what the heck. I was playing some guitar, and I'm like, you know, I could stream. What the heck? So that's where I'm at right now. Don't need to be quite as bright. Here we go. I also don't need to have the Holdsworth tone that I had yesterday, so somewhere in between. So I've been playing with the EQ, and I've been playing with a few other things like that. I'm glad. If anything that I've been playing kind of helps you a little bit, well, besides what I said, slow it down so you can hear what they're doing a little more clearly. Another thing that you can do is, well, take what I've done, and I wouldn't say that I played exactly what they played because I didn't really learn it. I just kind of, is that what they're doing? It sounds about right, and did that. But if it helps you to slow me down too. I'm fine with that. I mean, it might be a little weird at first, but wow, people are slowing me down, man. Just. I also might sound like I've been drinking because I'm talking and you slow me down. There's obviously going to be slurs and whatnot. But it's just our methods of speech. It's a thing. Well, yeah, it is. It's really cool. I don't know if this is a good place to start. Let's see. The first lead I think I ever really learned. I didn't really learn perfectly, but Crazy Train was up there. I think one of the first leads I ever really learned was the intro lead to Fade to Black. That whole. No, wait. That's Sanitarium. That was another one I was really happy. Yeah. How did that go? Then there's this type of thing there. Yeah. How do they? Yeah. How do they? Well, I may have learned it, but it may also have been years since I've touched it. That's it. Which you can also play up here. And I think the heft of those notes is a little better than the thinness of these. So I think Hammett plays it here. But that's something that, is up to you to decide as far as like ears and whatnot. So oh, you were doing this when I was playing Peace Cells? That's great. So learned all the parts in Disposable Heroes. You learned all the parts in the Disposable Heroes solo? That's impressive. Can you play all the rhythms to the Disposable Heroes rhythms? The whole what is that? How did that go? Sometimes thin picks aren't all what they're up to, or all what they're they're not everything. Thicker picks might actually be better for this. But, and, after the so never got it up to speed. Well, okay, so on that, learn all the parts, play them slowly, seamlessly together. Make sure that you're actually paying attention to the notes that you're landing on, so you get vibrato in there, correct, good vibrato. When he starts doing... Oh, that's... Sorry. Stuff like that. How did that... Something like that. It's been a long time. But when you start doing things like that, make sure that you have good, good whack on the notes, essentially. Make sure you try to play it with authority. So when you play it slowly, play it meaningfully, as if you're really intending to hit every note, like your life depends on it. When you start to speed it up, jump ahead. Make it faster than you can really feel like you can play it, so you're struggling a bit. When you slow it down a little bit after that, like if you jump from half speed to 90%, and then jump back down to 75%, it'll feel a lot slower. and you'll be able to solidify 75% a whole lot better. It's a mental trick, but it's a good mental trick. It works. It's leapfrogging. That's what it's called. So, oh yeah, right on, man. I was playing those rhythms up to speed 2 years in. So if you're around that time, awesome. If you are before that time, I have another finger for you. So, no, awesome, dude. Good for you. Good for you. So if you can play Disposable Heroes, you can play Dyer's Eve. And arguably, the verse sections for that are really easy. You know? That's it. And then I always got confused on this. But it's the faster part that you can do. Well, do keep that in mind, because it's all really just a lot of. Let me get a normal pick here. You know, it's all stuff like that. There's some interesting parts, you know. Mind your timing, mind your playing authority when you're doing it, but you can do it. If you can do Disposable Heroes, you can do that. Let's see, other fast Metallica songs. This is a good one to work on. So if you've learned Disposable Heroes, and I think you can play Dyer's Eve, try doing the middle section to, oh God, what is that? Last track. Oh no. Even Petrucci's covered it. I can't think of it. Oh, well. You'll figure it out. Damage Incorporated. I've never really figured that lead out. I used to just, yeah, Damage Inc. Exactly. I know there's a delay, and I apologize, but yeah, you got it. Damage Incorporated. But yeah, that part is actually really interesting. Yeah, this right here. Yeah, you're gonna learn it right now. Exactly. You're already holding your guitar. Why not? So this. Oh, I got a text message. Whom might that be? Aw. No, I didn't need anything. It's my daughter's finally awake. That's good. It's all right. I got you a couple of things anyway. I went to a little Japanese market. It's like Temu on Earth. You can actually walk in. And even though I've been doing the carnivore diet like crazy, somebody has to snack for me. So I bought my daughter some things that I would have been interested in eating if I could still eat them. But I can't, so somebody's going to have to. But anyway, yes. So this right here is... And we're going to just keep bouncing back and forth between the low E string. That's where the chug is. That's just an E note, 7th fret A string. So from D, E, F, those are the only notes there, besides this power chord in B flat, which is A, 6, 8, 8. And I play the power chord like this because it's convenient. You know. It's convenient. Well, it'll be good to see you. All right. So, as I was saying, now after the lead is over, there's one variation to it. And so after the first B flat, you're going to play a D, which just kind of solidifies this moment. Back to B flat. Now there's a couple of different ways of doing that last part, which is a power chord as usual. That's probably the easier way. So. Always chugging on that E. That's a C or a third fret. And it'll be a nice little power chord on the B. Excuse me. Let's try to do that again. Something like that. That's fun. So so now you can play it. There you go. This, by the way, is not yet. So triplet, 1, 2, triplet. B flat to G. On the last one, it goes to F. That's, you really gotta, get your stuff in shape for that one. That's really good. But that whole, type of thing, they're cruising, they're firing on all cylinders. They definitely had a lot of youth on their side. Something like that. Me? Me hast mich? No. So today's tea, if anybody's interested, is a little oolong green tea mix. 1 bag of each. Oolong being some of my favorite tea of all time. Yes, it's the stuff you find in Asian, Chinese, whatever restaurants. Good stuff. Love the stuff. And I always like the combination that you would get from Tazo around Christmas time. It's their joy tea. So, notwithstanding political idioms and axioms from the last year, Tazo's joy fills me with joy. I have always loved that stuff. It's like one of the driest teas I've ever had. It's full of tannic acid, and I just love it. And it's a combination of oolong green and black tea. And I'm just thrilled with that. Oolong can be green or black. It's just a matter of fermenting and treatment. Love this stuff. But that's tonight's tea, and I'm really happy about that. We could talk about work stuff today. I tore apart a tablet just to see how it ticks. Tablet being like a computer. I wanted to see if I could find part numbers and then therefore start replacing parts so we didn't have to send them out to repair. I could just do it myself. Found a couple. By the way, Peace Sells. Good taste in music. Hey, kiddo. You want to say hi to the people? Hi, people. There you go. That's my kid. Everybody say hi. Give me 2 seconds, everybody. Here, I'll leave this guitar here. Imagine sneaking up and playing it. I'll be right back. So I got you something that I know you're familiar with. Well, it's nothing totally special. That's so hard. But got you guys another one of these. feel like I'm going to sleep all the night. Maybe it's this one. It's going into my heart. No, no, mine's low. But it went away. So did yours not go away? All right, I'm gonna All right, my people, I've returned. Arrgh, back to it. Yes, yellow. I'm sorry, I just went away for a little bit. So, Blue Mox, yo, what's up? You want the new Kirk's album? How many Kirks do we have to have on the team? Do you know any? I know a drummer named Kirk. All we need is a bass player named Kirk, and we could do a three-piece. Yeah, no problem, by the way, Peace. So, Yellow. So, check this out. Here's a little exercise for anybody who wants to do it. It's a two-note per string exercise, so you could technically do it with a... If you felt like that and not do anything, you know, you have your left hand free to, I don't know, look at your phone. Yeah, what do we got going on? You know, that kind of thing. Or if you wanted to add notes to it, you don't have to be, you know, the pentatonic person. I mean, you can, but you can break that and make it sound neat and weird. How? Well, take one note and change it. That's all I'm going to say. So, and so forth. Or, you know, which I find actually kind of hard. Yeah, that's difficult. If I was going the other direction, that's not so bad. But also, if you can play something descending, you should be able to play it ascending. And if you can play something ascending, you should be able to play it descending. It's just kind of a nice balance, you know. And what are we trying to achieve as humans and balanced guitar players? Is balance. So, but with this downward one, a very common thing to do is double up. So, yeah, and so forth. Going up, it's a little less common to do that. Yeah, you can tell I've never really done that. Because you just keep wanting to go. That's not how it goes. So 2 doubled and then right back to it. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And so I can't count while I'm doing that. But I can hear the rhythm. Yep. You'll get it. I have faith that everybody out there can do that better than me. But nevertheless, I'm just showing you, you know, think about things. And, you know, if you can play them forwards, play them backwards. You can play them ascending, descend it, all that kind of stuff. But this double up. Well, here, check this out. So if we're doubling this up, oh, hi, Hopper. How you doing, buddy? Come on, kitty boy. You're always my good kitty boy. Think about playing other notes in those doubled up spots. A flat 5 would do really, really well from the root. That kind of thing. And then you could be like Randy Rhoads and ascend that chromatically. You know, I'm not him. But you can do. Oh, hi, Hoppy. Poor kitty boy. You're too skinny. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. There's my kitty. He's a good boy. Anybody want to say hi to Hopper? Go ahead. It'd be kind of nice if we had more like a call-in type of thing. Not so much of a call-in show necessarily, but you know, everybody pop on Zoom. Everybody's playing guitar. We can all yak about it. You're going to see my cat's butt pretty soon if I don't intervene here. So I don't know if YouTube will kick us off for that, but there's my critter. Look at those little paws. Look at those little peats. He was such a little tiny. When he came to visit us first time, just a little tiny thing. Yeah, we've had him since he was a week old, so yeah, he's my cat. Same pattern with your picking hand. You don't have to go away, little man. So instead of this, that kind of thing, you can do this. Take that up somewhere. So, yeah, great sounds. Playing 7 notes, 3 frets. Then next string, continue. So, you mean like playing 7 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on 3 frets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm fooling with you. I'm just playing with you. But so, like 7 note scales, 3 notes per string. So, like so, or are you doing a 7 note pattern on one set of 3 frets and then proceeding to the next string? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's kind of interesting. Something like that. Oh, up 3, back, then forward. Like that? That's interesting. Or up 3. I always like doing like the skip up stuff. Like, which is kind of like a tapping thing. Where you would just, like, excuse me. It's very, you know, Van Halen - Nuno Bettencourt. Interesting. If we were to double that up. Yeah, that kind of thing. That's fun. But that would be kind of a, with the 1 note here. And that would be more akin to Reb Beach. Remember how I said earlier on that long sleeves are not conducive to tapping? Well, neither are forearms. Forearms are not good to rest against the strings while you're doing things like this. Not unless you mean to. Don't do it if you don't mean to. Yes, or... That's hard. For some reason. But doing it this way... It's not that bad. Because you're doing this, you can come up with all sorts of different ways of actually doing it that don't mean this. You know, that don't have a crazy kind of weird chord tone attached to it, or you know, you're ascending up a scale. But doing something like this reminds me of something like that. Something like that. It's kind of a Kirk Hammett thing where he's just ascending up a diminished figure. Actually, I think it ends in a B flat, so yeah, something like that, but like that really. But that's fun. I can do it with a pentatonic. Sounds great, and you can blow through it. Well, maybe you can blow through it, but you know, I'm just, you know, who the heck am I? So, so that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. You might be familiar with that one. I'm also familiar going the other way. Or, you know, anything that has to do with a that's fun. Yeah, that's good, in fact. E, pentatonic, starting on the low E string. G, A, B, so, you know, you're just spelling gabba-gab. G, A, B, D. I'm sorry. I can't stop thinking about gabba-gab. G, A, B, A, G, A, B. Well, you can head up octaves. Like that. Which sounds very, yeah, you can totally blow through that. That sounds vaguely Chris Poland-esque. Neato. I'm glad you gave me the example, though. Don't do this at home. This is terrible to do at home. So. It really needs to be played with a cleaner tone, but if I were to do something like this, or no. You drew it with this finger instead, and it looks fun. Yes. Yeah, that was that did feel like flying. Like I'm flying off the handle. Oh my God! So where the hell am I going? Let's see. Actually, that would be here. That gets to be a bit of a stretch. Well. Shouldn't have gone there. Should have gone there. It's not the prettiest thing in the world. And ending it nicely would be even better. Sorry for my wankiness. So I'm only going to do it a little more. Don't try that at home. Oops. So, yeah. Well, it was a short stream tonight. It was a short stream last night, but sometimes I go for up to 3 hours. So, I mean, you guys know that. But I don't know. I felt like playing. So, next time I feel like playing, maybe I'll see you guys here. And it's been a nice evening. I really appreciate you all showing up. Think of questions. It's always fun to answer those, especially if they're weirdly tangential. Hey man, when you use that pinky, did you ever break it? No, I never did. Thanks for asking. I thought I sprained it one time, and there was this time that I had tennis elbow and tendonitis, and there's one time when I got carpal tunnel syndrome when I was 21 from a job, and it took me 6 months to recover, another 2 years to get back my dexterity, and I've technically never played the same since. But there you go. Oh, hey JD, good night to you. I'm glad you showed up, man. So, everybody take care out there, and we'll see you around the next time, which may or may not be a surprise. Most of the time these days, I'm just saying see you Saturday morning, but we'll see. Take care, everybody. Oh, and that Temu store called Dyson or something like that. These little orange or yellow dots, pretty damn cool, gotta say. All right, good night, everybody. Have a nice night, and we'll see you next time. Play faster in the meantime. See ya, Blue Mox.